Here, here you see that is basically chapter 8. Okay, some of the properties of chapter 8 already we studied in class 8 in the chapter spatial types of quadrilateral, if you recall. Some properties were there in that class 8 book, spatial types of quadrilateral, like you can say properties of a rhombus, of a parallelogram, rectangle, square, and so on. So that book will help you. If you have that, then you can look that page, okay, the properties of those quadrilaterals. So basically, before starting this chapter, I just want to say you something like parallelogram. We know about parallel lines, we know about the transversal, and then parallelogram, basically it has four sides where opposite sides are equal and parallel. Now, some more properties we will be learning here inside the chapter. And then we know as a basic, just I want to tell you that, every rectangle is a parallelogram, but parallelogram is not a rectangle. Similarly, a square can be a parallelogram, but a parallelogram will not be a square. Okay? Again, a rhombus can be a parallelogram, but a parallelogram cannot be a rhombus. Okay? So now, let's start the theorems. First, each pair of opposite sides of a quadrilateral is equal, then it is a parallelogram. Now, if pair of opposite side is equal, then it is a parallelogram. Okay, this is a theorem. And how you can show? You can show it by using the congruency of these two triangles. Clear? 8.4, in a parallelogram, opposite angles are equal. Opposite angles are equal. Like, if this is a parallelogram, then angle B will be equal to angle D. You can show by congruency only. 8.5. 8.5, you see, in a quadrilateral, each pair of opposite angles is equal, then it is a parallelogram. It is just a reverse of 8.4. In 8.4, it was told, if opposite angles are equal, then it is a parallelogram. And here it is told, sorry, in 8.4, it was told, if it is a parallelogram, then opposite angles will be equal. And in 8.5, if opposite angles are equal, then it is a parallelogram. Next. Here you see theorem 8.6, the diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other. For example, if this is a parallelogram and if these are the diagonals, then they will bisect each other. Like we can bisect each other means we can say OA is equal to OC and OB is equal to OD. Okay, it bisects each other. Just a reverse of it is 8.7. If the diagonals of a quadrilateral bisect each other, then it is a parallelogram. Here it was told, the diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other, and in here it is told, in 8.7 it is told, if in a quadrilateral, if the diagonals bisect each other, then it is a parallelogram. How you can show all this, how you can prove all these theorems? By similarly, you can same by using the congruency rules. Okay. 8.8, you see, a quadrilateral is a parallelogram if a pair of opposite side is equal and parallel. One pair of opposite side is equal and parallel. For example, let's see here. Suppose I know that AD is equal to BC. Okay, AD is equal to BC and AD is parallel to BC. So you can see this is one pair. One pair of opposite side is equal. Also it is parallel. Then the whole will be a parallelogram. Okay. This theorems we are going to use it, so try to keep it in your mind. The angles of a quadrilateral, first exercise and question number 1. Angles of a quadrilateral are in the ratio 3:5:9:13. Find all the angles of the quadrilateral. It was very easy. We did several times. We know that sum of the angles of a quadrilateral is equal to 360 degree, and if they are in the ratio, then obviously there will be a common factor for all the angles. Let the common factor be x. Then what are you going to write? You are going to write 3x plus 5x plus 9x plus 13x equal to 360. Then you will find the value of x, and that value of x you substitute here. in 3x, 5x, 9x, 13x, you will get all the 4 angles of the quadrilateral. Here you see in question number 2, if the diagonals of a parallelogram are equal, then show it is a rectangle. See, it is already told that it is a parallelogram. Parallelogram, also it is told that the diagonals are equal. As I told you that a parallelogram can be a rectangle, but a rectangle cannot be a parallelogram. Why? There is a little bit difference in property between rectangle and parallelogram. That is, in a rectangle, each angle is 90 degree. So that we have to show here, that A, B, C, D, or you can say any one angle, you can show that it is 90 degree. How we can show that? It's a parallelogram. So we shall go for the congruency rule. Let's see. In triangle ABC and triangle BAD, ABC and BAD, this triangle and this triangle, these two triangles are congruent. How? AB is equal to CD, sorry, AD is equal to BC, opposite side. AB is common, and then diagonals are equal. So AC is equal to BD. So by side side rule, I can say that the two triangles are congruent. Now, the important part. See, if these two triangles are congruent, then AD is parallel to BC and AB is the transversal. Then angle A plus angle B will be equal to 180 degree. Why? Consecutive interior angles. Okay, the sum of consecutive interior angles is equal to 180 degree. So in that case, A plus B will be equal to 180 degree. So here I have shown the congruent, these two triangles are congruent. By CBCT, what I've shown is that angle B is equal to angle A. I can show this, that is ABC is equal to BAD, these two triangles. But as these two angles are consecutive interior angles, so their sum will be 180 degree. Also I wrote here, AD parallel BC and AB is transversal. So angle ABC plus BAD is equal to 180 degree. That is consecutive interior angles, sum of consecutive interior angles. So now you see these two angles are equal. I will replace it with any one angle. So I just replace BAD with ABC. After solving, I got ABC is equal to 90 degree. As I told you in the first only, we have written that we have to prove one angle out of 4 is 90 degree. So one angle is already proved, that is BABC. This angle is 90. If this is 90, then obviously this will be 90, consecutive. If this is 90, then this will also be 90, consecutive. So only one angle we have to prove. Okay, that will be sufficient. So this was the procedure. Number 3, show that if the diagonals of a quadrilateral bisect each other at right angles, then it is a rhombus. It's a quadrilateral, then the diagonals bisect each other at right angles. See, there is a property of a rhombus. As I told you to look at class 8 book, it was mentioned that if in a rhombus, the diagonals of a rhombus bisect each other at 90 degree. This part is already given. You see, this is already one property is given. So another property which is left to show that it is a rhombus, the property that is left is all the sides are equal to one another. So we have to show that. And the same, you can see there are 4 triangles. To show that, we have to use the congruency property. So in triangle BOC and triangle DOC, BOC and DOC, why I have taken these 2 triangles? Because I have to show that adjacent sides are equal, that is BC is equal to CD. Okay. So in triangle BOC, you can take some different triangles, so no problem, but adjacent triangles. In triangle BOC and triangle DOC, BO is equal to DO. BO is equal to DO. Why? Because the diagonals bisect each other according to the property. Angle BOC is equal to DOC. BOC is equal to DOC. Why? Because 90 degree bisect each other at right angle. And then OC is equal to OC, which is common for both. So I can say that by side angle side rule, this triangle is congruent. From here I can show that BC is equal to CD. Done. Similarly, if you want to show CD is equal to AB, AD, Then you have to take again two triangles, that is COD and AOD. The process will be same. You will get side angle side. Then you will get CD is equal to AD. Similarly for this triangle, AOD, AOB, again you will get AB is equal to BD. In this way, you can find all the sides are equal to one another. So instead of showing several times, we wrote directly. Similarly, we can show AB is equal to AD, which is equal to BC, and which is equal to DC. So now, as the diagonals of the quadrilateral bisect each other at right angle and all the sides are equal, so easily we can say that this is a rhombus. Okay. Okay, so this question you see, show that the diagonals of a square are equal and bisect each other at right angles. See here, three parts are there. First, you have to show that diagonals are equal. Second, you have to show that the diagonals bisect each other. And third, you have to show that they bisect each other at right angles. So you have to show three steps here. So first, moving on to the first, that is the diagonals of a square are equal. So for that, we will make a square ABCD. We will make a diagonal, that is AC and BD. I have to show that AC is equal to BD. Just you think, if I have to show that AC is equal to BD, then which two triangles I have to consider? Obviously, I have to consider ABC and then BAD. Okay? Means those two triangles you have to consider where you will get AC and BD, these two lines. Okay, you can take some different also, no problem. Then, in triangle ABC and triangle BAD, AD is equal to BC. AD is equal to BC because it's a square. Angle ABC is equal to BAD. Angle ABC is equal to BAD. Why? 90 degree. Sorry. ABC is equal to BAD. Mistakenly, I wrote here alternate interior angles are equal. It should be 90 degree. ABC and BAD, 90 degree. Okay, sorry. Then AB is equal to BA. AB is equal to BA. Why? Common. So by this I can say triangle ABC is congruent to BAD. That is by side angle side rule. Okay. So AC is equal to BD. I got from this. Now you see, as I have shown that AC is equal to BD, now I have to show that here I just proved that diagonals are equal. Then I have to show that the diagonals bisect each other. That means OA is equal to OC and OB is equal to OD. I have to show this one. For that, I have to consider two triangles which are opposite to one another. That is AOB and COD. AOB, COD. You can consider two different triangles also. That is AOD and BOC. It should be opposite bus. So now AOB and COD. Here you see, AOB is equal to COD. AOB is equal to COD. Why? Vertically opposite angles. DCO is equal to OAB. DCO is equal to OAB. DCO is equal to OAB. Why? Alternate interior angles. Because AD is parallel to BC and AC is the transversal. So their alternate angles will be equal. Two angles you got. And third, AB is equal to CD. Okay. So by angle side rule, I can say that the two triangles are congruent. Now if the two triangles are congruent, then easily I can show that OA is equal to OC and OB is equal to OD. Okay. So the diagonals of a square bisect each other. Second part is also proved. Now I have to show that, see, two steps already we have shown. That is, the diagonals of a square are equal. Also, they bisect each other. Third, we have to show that they bisect each other at right angles. That means I have to show AOB and COB, both angle 90 degree. Okay, you can take these two angles also, no problem. So for that, what I have to show, see, AOC is an angle of 180 degree. If I have to show that AOB and COB 90 degree, then these two angles must be equal. To show these two angles equal, already I told you before that we shall go for congruency rule. It will help us. So let's see, in triangle AOB and triangle COB, AO is equal to CO, AB is equal to BC, and OB is equal to OB, which was common. So I can say triangle AOB is congruent to triangle COB by side rule. Here I can say that angle AOB is equal to angle COB, that is CPCT. Now you see these two angles are equal, but their sum is equal to 180 degree, that is linear pair. Just I will replace the value of COB here. After solving, I got AOB 90 degree. See, if AOB is 90, then obviously COB will also be 90, because we have shown that these two angles are equal. So easily I can say now that the diagonals of a square are equal and they bisect each other at right angles. Okay, next question. 5. Show that if the diagonals of a quadrilateral are equal and bisect each other at right angles, then it is a square. That means a quadrilateral is given to you where the diagonals are equal and bisect each other at right angles, then it is a square. See, we know the property of a rhombus, that if in a quadrilateral, if the diagonals are equal and bisect each other at right angles, then it is a rhombus. So you see, first of all, it will be a parallelogram because the diagonals bisect each other. But the diagonals bisect each other at right angles, so it will be a rhombus. Up to here, we proved. Now, I have to show that 90 degree. Because in a rhombus, each angle is not 90. And if you want to prove that it is a square, then we have to show that the angles are 90 degree. So for that, I will take two triangles, triangles BCD and triangle CBA. Similarly, like the question number 2. So in this triangle, you see BC is equal to CB, common. CD is equal to BA. Okay, opposite side of a rhombus are equal. And BD is equal to CA. Why? Because diagonals are equal, it is already given. So I can say that these two triangles are equal. If these two triangles are equal, then obviously C will be equal to B. That is BCD will be equal to CBA. This angle equal to one another. But if you remember, the sum of these two will be how much? 180 degree. Why? Because consecutive interior angles. Okay, because AB is parallel to CD and BC is the transversal. So this angle plus this angle will be equal to 180 degree. But these two angles are also equal. Okay, so now you see their sum is 180 degree. These two angles were equal. I will replace it. After solving, I got angle BCD is equal to 90 degree. If BCD is 90 degree, then obviously CBA will also be 90 degree. So we can say that ABCD is a rhombus and its interior angle is 90 degree. So it is a square. Number 6. See, actually we are working hard, okay, for you all. So I believe that you will go through the videos, you will finish up your chapters, because it may not be possible that when the school reopens, I can revise those chapters again. You have the videos, just go through the videos, you have the facility to repeat it again if you want to. If you didn't understood, just repeat it again and again and go through the videos, go through the explanations. As I told you that if the school reopens suddenly, or if you have a less duration of time, we will not get enough time, to finish up the chapter, okay, or for the revision. So don't waste your time, just go through it. Or if you are getting some facilities from elsewhere, then it's okay. But my aim is that you finish up those chapters, how much we are moving on. Okay, moving on to question number 6. Here it is told, diagonal AC of a parallelogram ABCD bisects angle A ABCD is a parallelogram, okay, and AC is a diagonal, is bisects angle A. If it bisects angle A, then DAC will be equal to BAC. These two angles will be equal. So then it is told to show that it bisects C also. That means what you have to show? DCA is equal to BCA. Okay. So now you see, here angle BAC is equal to DAC. It was given because it bisects angle A. AB is parallel to DC and AC is the transversal. So angle BAC is equal to DCA. BAC is equal to DCA. Okay, try to understand it. Okay, BAC is equal to DCA, but BAC is also equal to DAC. Okay, see here, BAC is equal to DCA. Why? Alternate angle. But BAC is also equal to DAC. Okay, then here DAC is equal to BCA. But DAC is equal to BCA. But you see, DAC was also equal to BAC. That means what you got? All the angles are equal to one another. This angle was equal to this angle. It was given. But this angle is equal to this angle. Alternate angle. Also this angle is equal to this angle. Alternate angle. Which means what? All the angles are equal to one another. That means these two angles are also equal. Okay. So I can say that AC bisects angle C also. Secondly, it is told to show that ABCD is a rhombus. To show ABCD is a rhombus, we have to show that their sides are equal. Now you see, as I told you that all the four angles are equal to one another. If this angle is equal to this angle in triangle ADC, okay? If this angle is equal to this angle, then their opposite side will also be equal as per the isosceles triangle property. So I can say that AD is equal to DC. Okay. Here also you see, this angle is equal to this angle. I can say that AB is equal to BC. That means the adjacent sides are equal. But if you see, it is a parallelogram. Here we proved that the adjacent angles are equal. Here you see, in triangle ABC, AB is equal to BC. In triangle ACD, AD is equal to CD. Sides opposite to equal angles are equal, as we studied in isosceles triangle property. But you see, AB is equal to CD and AD is equal to BC. Why? Because it was parallelogram, and we know that opposite angles of a parallelogram are equal. Just one second. It was equal. So ultimately, what we got? All the sides are equal to one another. So we can say AB is equal to BC is equal to CD is equal to AC. So therefore, ABCD is a rhombus. Okay. Number 7. ABCD is a rhombus. It is already mentioned here. Show that the diagonal AC bisects angle A as well as angle C. Okay. The diagonal AC bisects angle A as well as angle C. And diagonal BD bisects angle B as well as D. So first let's show for AC. Here you see it is a rhombus. It's opposite of 6, if you remember. Just recall it, opposite of 6. It is a rhombus, okay. This side is equal to this side. Then this angle will be equal to this angle. Okay. Angles opposite to equal sides are equal. That means opposite of DA is DCA and opposite of DC is DAC. So DCA will be equal to DAC. Okay. So DAC is equal to DCA. Okay. Again in triangle ABC, if you consider, here also same. These two sides are equal. So angles opposite to equal sides are equal. So I can say BAC is equal to BCA. This two part, okay. But as it is a rhombus and AC is a transversal, their alternate angles will also be equal. So you see, BAC was equal to BCA. Okay, because two sides were equal. But BAC is also equal to DCA. BAC is equal to DCA, alternate interior angles. And DAC was equal to DCA. But you see, DAC is also equal to BCA. DAC is equal to BCA. So what you got from these four equations? 1, 2, 3, 4. That all the angles are equal to one another, which means we can say that AC bisects angle A as well as angle C. And if you want to show that it bisects angle B as well as D, then go for the same similar property. Just join BD, follow the same, you will get the result. Okay, actually exercise 8.1 is too long. Therefore, I will make two videos for 8.1. One is up to 7. Second, we will start from question number 8. Okay.